Hey there. So this is going to be a little side note about elements that can have different charge ions. These are known as polyvalent ions. And so how do we make an ionic compound when we're not really sure which version of that ion the element is going to turn into? So we may have seen that iron can have the ion of Fe2 plus, and it can also have Fe3 plus. This is from some experiments. It has been discovered that both of these are plausible. The iron 2 plus is called like this, iron 2 ion, while this one is called iron 3 ion. So you have to write that in order to specify which ion it is. Some other elements that behave this way, we have seen them to be copper. So copper can be Cu plus or Cu2 plus. We can have lead, which can be lead 2 plus or lead 4 plus. Manganese is another one. So these are the other possible ones. And tin. A compound like, for example, iron chloride. It's called iron 2 chloride. If I to write it out like this one is called iron 2 chloride. But then something like this is called iron 3 chloride. And we do have to specify, always when we talk about iron, we're going to have to specify exactly which version of the ion it is. The way to find which ion it is to look at the ion of the element that the polyvalent ion is bonded with. So in this case, we have to look at the fluorine. For example, if we have copper and bromide making an equation like this, formula like this, we can notice that copper can either be copper plus or copper 2 plus. So we're not sure which one it is. What we need to do is look at what ion the bromine makes, and we can look at that in the table. So we're going to find bromine over here. It wants one electron because it is a halogen. So we know that bromine is going to make bromine negative anion. And since we know that ionic compounds need to have a neutral overall charge, we can see which copper ion fulfills that. So this one, copper with the bromide, needs to have an overall charge of 0. So we can even put an X if we're not sure what the charge of the copper is. And then we have 2 of this negative 1. The reason negative 1 is because bromine is going to make an anion like this. We want it to equal to 0 for the overall charge. So simplify everything, and we get X is equal to 2. So it must be that we actually have copper 2 plus, which means that the name of this compound is copper 2 bromide. And don't forget the rule with ions. When we talk about them, we have to say bromide.